Right, I'm back again. So this is part 3 of the dismantling of a little fisher. I'm just going to zoom this round. So this is where I'm at so far. We've got all the rails off. They're the gutter rails and joining strips back and front. So basically they're all gutters. So we've then got the side. I've managed to get the roof off. So the roof is there. The back is now dismantled from the actual sides. So this is what's would have been left of the this is what's left of the frame, I should say. So this would, when the metalwork is off, this would have been screwed through here and the wall board. So the wall board, this would have been made as it is now. So as it's standing now, that's actually how it was made, and you can see the screws and nails were basically fastened in. Can you see down there? There's one rail left. So those made up the framework for the roof. Those ridge pieces of timber, they made up the framework of the roof, and then the aluminium and the hardboard was laid over the top of that. And as you can see, the hardboard was laid in and fastened in by the nails. So that's basically the construction of a caravan. You would have one whole side like you've got there. You would have this made up as it is now. You can see here the screws. They've actually been screwed from the inside out. I think, unless they've snapped. No, I think it's been screwed from the inside. So they would have been fastened up with the aluminium off, and the aluminium would have been added on last, obviously, and then all of the other construction. So before I can dismantle the walls, I've got to do all the front end. To be able to get the back end to drop down like it is, I've had to take all of the screws, all the nails out of the panels that were basically holding the aluminium on, and that's enabled me to leave that as one piece with the aluminium on the outside. I've still got to sort out all this internal seating, and obviously I've got to cut through all these wires to separate them, and then break the fixings of the aluminium off the bottom floor rail. And then the next job I've got to do before I can dismantle it is to cut all these bolts off, which I'm going to try and do from inside to enable me to. So these bolts go right through the outer wall, which is fastened below the floor, and to the chassis. So they're actually very structural. This is where the aluminium is still fastened on the front. So I've got to remove the nails that are holding. There's a nail there holding. There's another one just at the side of that nail. I don't know if you can see just there. So when all these nails have been removed, and obviously I've taken off as much of the internal frame work, then the front end will come out like the back end, hopefully. Got to move the wardrobe, so it has got a lot of woodworm, and the woodworm's eaten into quite a bit of the framework. And as you can see down here, it's actually dropped. The chassis is completely rotted away. Not the chassis, the actual woodwork. So it's allowed everything to drop. So the next job for me to take the wardrobe out is to take all these nails out and unscrew bits that need to be unscrewed. Then I've got to take these off, and then behind there'll be nails, so they've got to come off, and I'm taking the aluminium back enough so that I can take out the wardrobe, unless I can leave it as a whole, but I think that's going to be rather difficult. So as you can see down here, the wall is pushing down. So if the framework on a caravan completely rots away inside, this is what can happen. If you've got bulging Let's try and take it from that angle. If you've got bulging on your Caravan at the bottom like that, that usually means that your framework or the floor, integrity of the floor and the outer rail, which keeps the actual outer wall is actually fastened to. If that's gone, then this is what happens. So if you've got sagging at the bottom, then you've got some real major issues, and it looks like woodworm's actually eaten away a lot of this. That's definitely woodworm there, you can see. So yeah, there's some real big problems obviously with this one. It's well and truly rotted away. You can see there it's actually cracked and split, so the back's been pulling away from the front, and that's what's caused that big split there. But all repairable, all salvageable. I'm just trying to figure out what's needing to go back in. I've got myself set up with me coffee and everything. So right, so that's the tour so far. I will do another one when I get a little bit further on. So from me, the Helpful Vintage Caravan Man, please do subscribe, because it will keep you in touch, and press the little bell as well, because that will help you to see further series and part 2, part 3 of this type of thing. So lots of very useful information for you, so please do subscribe, tell your friends as well. So thank you, see you in the next video.